Let's take you to Parliament now for the 9 minutes that we captured when the Honorable Attorney General appeared before Parliament to answer questions. Watch out for his interaction with Samuel Kudjeto Ablakwa. Very, very interesting time in Parliament today. Here is Godfred Dame as he walks to Parliament to answer 2 questions, standing in the name of the Honorable Dafia Makpo, the Member of Parliament for South Dai, earlier today.
Mr. Speaker, respectfully, I rise to ask the Attorney General and Minister for Justice what circumstances led to the arbitral award of 15 million United States dollars against the nation in the case of Heritage Imperial Limited versus Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and Attorney General with suit number CI 34/2019.
Yeah, respectfully.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I proceed to answer the question. Mr. Speaker, there is no arbitral award of $50 million against the Republic of Ghana, standing in the name of Heritage Imperial. Mr. Speaker, indeed, there has never been any arbitral award, and there could not have been any arbitral award, because there has never been the commencement of arbitration proceedings against the government of Ghana in respect of this subject matter. Mr. Speaker, if the question concerns and affects judgment debt or a judgment delivered by the courts of Ghana, Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to say that there is also no judgment debt of $50 million against the government of Ghana in the name of Heritage Imperial Company Limited. Mr. Speaker, it is very important to state that indeed there was a commencement of a suit by the company, Heritage Imperial Company Limited, in 2017. Mr. Speaker, if I may briefly state the facts that occasioned the commencement of the action. Mr. Speaker, sometime in 2017, the government of Ghana, in order to tackle the menace of illegal mining, set up an interministerial committee on illegal mining. To enforce its mandate, the committee was assisted by a task force made up of members of security forces and the Environmental Protection Agency. On 6 December 2018, the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining invaded Heritage Imperial Company Limited's mining concession and seized its equipment, machinery, and monies on suspicion of being engaged in illegal mining. Mr. Speaker, the company commenced an action in the High Court, Kumasi. After a trial, the High Court, Kumasi, on 30th July 2020, gave judgment as follows. Mr. Speaker, I quote respectfully. The judge said, I entered judgment for the plaintiff as follows. A declaration that the invasion of the plaintiff's mining site and the seizure of its excavators and equipment is unlawful. B, recovery of the sum of $50,304,714, being the value of machinery and equipment seized from the plaintiff's site by the Interministerial Task Force on Illegal Mining. General damages of 500,000 Ghana cedis and cost of 100,000 Ghana cedis. The Speaker, the matter at that time was handled by the Office of Attorney General in the Ashanti region until judgment was delivered in July 2020. In my former capacity as Deputy Attorney General then, I was neither aware of the pendency of the suit nor responsible for the conduct of same. However, on assuming office as Attorney General and Minister for Justice, I got to know about the entry of judgment against the state in or about early July 2021. The Speaker, I inquired about the existence of the judgment, factors accounting for its entry, and I set out to undertake processes towards upsetting or overturning the judgment against the state. Indeed, I formed a view that in spite of the lapse of over 1 year since judgment had been entered, the inherent jurisdiction of the High Court itself could be invoked to consider the gross fundamental issues affecting the jurisdiction of the court, which I had observed. And on 13 July 2021, I invoked the inherent jurisdiction of the High Court, Kumasi, for an order setting aside the judgment which had been entered in July 2020. The Speaker, I'm again happy to state that on 30 July 2021, the High Court, Kumasi, upheld the application filed by my good self and set aside the judgment entered by the court over 1 year ago. There is thus no judgment debt against the government of Ghana. as contained in the question of the honorable member. Mr. Speaker, I understand that an appeal has been filed by the company, but the effect still remains that there is no judgment debt against the state. At the time the question was filed, Mr. Speaker, there was indeed no judgment debt against the state. Mr. Speaker, please submit.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I thank the learned Attorney General for his response. The Attorney General tells this House, first paragraph, page 30 of our order paper, which contains his response, that he did not know about this matter and that it came to his attention only after a radio program sometime in July 2021. I want to find out from the Attorney General how this is possible, considering that he was part of the team, served as Deputy Attorney General, and also must have received handing over notes from his immediate boss way before July 2021. Is he saying that, first of all, there was lack of coordination and that his handing over notes were incomplete, and that is why he did not know? Because this raises serious issues. What other matters may be going on that he does not know as Attorney General? I am deeply worried about these revelations.
As any other deputy minister under Article 17 of the Constitution, is to assist the minister for whom you are deputizing. Mr. Speaker, you handle duties when assigned to you by your minister. Mr. Speaker, it therefore cannot be strange that a deputy minister may not be aware of any matter occurring in the ministry, especially as him is definitely not in the charge of the deputy minister in question. Mr. Speaker, that is the explanation for why I was not aware. I've indicated that it was not part of the matters that I was personally responsible for. Be that as it may, it came to my attention right upon assuming duties as Attorney General, first one to radio discussion. And I believe that my dear friend ought to, with all respect, even commend me a little for following up on the matter that I heard about on radio and taking steps to have the judgment set aside. The most important fact, as far as I'm concerned, with all respect, is that I succeeded in setting aside the judgment, and to date, the government of Ghana has received the sum of $15.3 million. Thank you very much.
From page 31, the first paragraph, the Honorable Attorney General tells this House that he observed that there were many challenges with this case, and that the plaintiff's claim of $15.3 million was intended to deceive the court. It will appear that whoever handled this case in his office appears to have played along. Is the Honorable Attorney General telling this House that the legal officers who were in charge before he took over this matter did not serve the state diligently? And what has he done since discovering all of these problematic matters that he has raised? Has he initiated any inquiry, for example? Has he queried the officers who were in charge of this case?
Indeed, I have undertaken an inquiry to ascertain the circumstances that resulted in the approval of the judgment debt. There's a process that's actually been led by the Solicitor General herself, and the report will be duly delivered. The Speaker, but it is pertinent to also place on record that the mere fact that a lawyer seized with the conduct of a matter early on had failed to observe certain infractions or procedural irregularities connected with the matter does not in and of itself suggest negligence on the part of the lawyer. It is definitely not strange that one lawyer may be seized with the conduct of the matter concludes, and another lawyer is assigned for the pursuit of an appeal, and the second lawyer will succeed in upsetting the judgment earlier delivered. So I do not want to believe that the mere fact that the judgment was set aside by my good self suggests lack of diligence or negligence on the part of the attorney who earlier on conducted the matter. Thank you very much.